Hey guys, I'm going to review Unleashed Tuning's off-the-shelf tune that they offer for the 2015 and up Ecoboost Mustang. You can get it from some retailers like American Muscle. I purchased mine. Comes in a flash tuner form. You can get the tunes through email or Wi-Fi depending on what model you get. There's a couple different variants out there. This is called the Unleashed Tune. Tori from Unleashed Tuning has done some work on these and seems to be a pretty good product. In a little bit later on in the video, you'll see some runs that I had. I was lucky enough to get 8 to 10 runs consecutively with some time in between. So some pretty good data. A couple runs in stock form and split the rest up between the performance and the race tune. So we have some pretty good results. I could take this to the dyno and see what the actual raw numbers are, but those really aren't realistic, especially with somebody like me who's just looking for a daily driver form. Maybe something to soup up the car a little bit, make it a little bit more fun, and seeing those actual real-world numbers will give you a better idea of what you can actually see out of these things. Now, I've been driving it the way it's been for about 15,000 miles with the performance tune, and I can tell you that I'm really enjoying it. But I was curious to see what actually has been changed and what kind of results I was seeing. Now you can tell right off the bat the car is already picking up throttle response. It feels better. It definitely pulls a lot harder. But seeing those numbers will give you a more realistic idea of what's actually been changed. You can tell with seat of the pants, but some proof would be a lot nicer. To show you what we're working with, this is a 2015 Ecoboost Premium Automatic non-performance pack. There's no modifications done to this car. It's 100% stock. No K&N filter. This is still the Motorcraft filter. No special oils, nothing. This is as though you're just driving around like you normally would be. The only modifications that are actually done to the car is a C&L blow-off valve extension, just to get that authentic turbo noise. So obviously there's no performance gains from that. For tires, we're running Fusion UHP Sports. They're an all-season, they're relatively hard, nothing too special about them, they're pretty cheap. They're 235 50 18s. There comes on the stock non-performance pack Mustangs. I did want to let you guys know that there's 3 different tunes that they send over. You'll have an 87 performance tune, a 93 performance tune, and a 93 race tune. All 3 of those, obviously, they're a little bit different. I'm running the 93 performance tune on normal occasions. I don't really see a reason for the 87 unless you really can't get a hold of premium. The 93 race tune I was told not to run during the winter. Now, I'm up in New York, we see snow, I drive this thing year-round. As the temperatures go down, the car demands more fuel, and apparently it might tax the fuel system. So it's definitely right around the edge of the stock fuel system capabilities. So I just run in a 93 performance all year round. While I was taking the car down the track, I was having some issues with the car short shifting very early. I don't know if it's an issue with my particular vehicle or if it's an issue on the tuner end. I'm still talking to him about what's going on. So maybe we'll get something resolved in the future. I'm sure with a stick car you're not going to see any of these issues. But what I did have to do was put the car in sport mode and leave it in track and manually shift from 1 to 2. So it wound right out to about $6,000, and then I let the car take care of it from there. I did notice that I got a little bit more wheel spin. It definitely pulls a little harder on the down low, but you'll see from the results that it really didn't seem to make much of a difference whether it was in performance or race. The temperature out that night was between 80 and 85, so we had some pretty consistent runs. It didn't really fluctuate too much throughout the night. Intake air temps were right around 110-ish before I was leaving the line, and I was hitting the traps at around 80 degrees. Before I cut to the videos from the track, I wanted to let you guys know how I had the car set up. Now, I've been driving this for a while, and I've kind of got a feel for how things were and how it's really been reacting, and some people have said put the car in sport mode, turn advanced track off, and from my experience in doing some soft launches on the road and quite a few pulls at this point, I've deemed that the car being in track mode and regular drive seems to be its best bet. Traction control's off to an extent, car seems to be working pretty good, doesn't bog off the line. Being automatic, you really don't have those issues that a lot of the stick cars do with spinning as much. So why don't you guys take a look at these clips and tell me what you think. In my opinion, this is definitely the biggest bang for your buck. For $450 to gain a second and a half and 10 mile an hour at the track is definitely pretty good, especially for how cheap it is. You're not going to be getting that out of an intake or an exhaust in just a tune alone, especially for those who don't want to modify their cars heavily, have it too loud, worry about the aftermarket air filter and oiling. You can just throw in a drop in. You can just reflash your ECU and have fun. Thanks guys for watching, and hopefully this helps those of you who are leery about pulling the trigger on buying a tuner for your Ecoboost. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them as good as I can. Take care guys.